Hey, babe. How was your day? I, I missed you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, class has been kicking my butt lately. It's like, I'm, I'm an arts major, but still gotta get your gen eds. And of course, I put off signing up for any classes until like the last minute, and so a bunch of the gen eds I was going to sign up for were full up, and I ended up taking a bio class that's meant for, actual aspiring medical professionals. So, yeah. So I was feeling a little bit exhausted after class, and it took me a bit to get home. Just kind of sat there in a coffee shop for like an hour afterwards. Just processing. I mean, I had to give an injection to a sand dollar today. I mean, I didn't even there was no part of me that processed that they were alive properly until anyways, yeah, I had to give it an injection. It was something. It was but I'm home now. And I kind of want to do something fun, if that's okay with you. Well, I'm taking nothing but gen eds this semester, And a part of me worries that I'm going to start getting rusty or whatever if I don't keep up and keep practicing on my own time. So I was thinking, right? I kind of wanted to draw something. And then I was thinking, well, what if I painted something even? And, one thing led to another. And I thought, what if I painted you? What if I made that my little project? For now, is painting beautiful pictures of my wonderful partner. If you're okay with that, I mean, if not, I can always just do still lifes, random crap I see just around, or pull up some reference online, but I don't know, something about drawing you it's got a special kind of appeal, I want to try and show you how I see you. So, you're down? Okay. Awesome. Yeah, this is hell yeah. Uh, You can assume any pose you want as long as it's one that's comfy to stay in for a while. I could take a picture, but honestly, I kind of want to just do it, you know? You could go to sleep if you really wanted to. It's whatever you want and whatever feels most comfy, okay? Alright. Well, in that case, I'm gonna start by sketching you out, okay? You really are, like, so gorgeous, by the by. I feel really, really happy to get to know you. You know? When I go so far as to call you my muse. God, you're so tropey. It's cute. Sure, you're my muse. You inspire me to grand acts of creativity. Happy now. Although, I guess, in all fairness, that is exactly what you have technically done. Oh, I screwed that up. Oh, no, it's whatever. I just botched an elbow a little bit there. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. This is why we're practicing. And, it's why we have an eraser. Last semester, my professor always told me that, I get too hung up in the details. And trying to work on that, so at least for today, I want to work somewhat quickly, right? This is, I guess, there's what's called gesture drawing, where you're trying to capture the essence of a pose or of an image in quick strokes. You're trying to get the energy of it as quickly as you can. You're trying not to wait too long or think too hard. I guess what we're going to be doing today is gesture painting. We're going to try and capture the essence of you without taking too long, because hopefully doing that will help me keep from fixating too hard on something, because seriously, it's like I get zeroed in enough, and suddenly I realize I've been trying to perfectly arrange the fingers on a partially obscured hand that is incredibly tiny compared to the entire rest of the piece for like an hour, when I could have just moved on, and unless they were actively looking for it, no one would notice. It's just a habit of mine. So hopefully by doing this, I'll be able to, I guess, sort of train that out of myself. No, maybe some other time later I can give you the time that I think you deserve, but for now, that's not what we're after. You know, the lighting in this room isn't that great. Honestly, though, I call that a good thing, because I'm trying to capture, everything as it is right now. And that includes, encompassing this lighting when I do get to the actual shading part of things. Speaking of which, I'm gonna say the sketch is not what I would be satisfied if I were to give this the time that I feel like it deserves, but within the bounds of this little challenge I've given myself, it's good enough. So we're going to start actually painting now. I'm going for something semi-stylized, but I really do want the lighting to be captured as well as I can. So we're just gonna very delicately work. Thank you for being so patient with me and for putting up with all my silly little ideas. And heck, you do more than just put up with them. You somehow find it in yourself to enjoy my silly little ideas. And that That's what I like about you. Yeah, that's all I like about you. I like that you put up with me. You totally don't have anything else going for you. It's definitely not that. I also think you're good looking and funny and generally enjoy to be around. It's just because you put up with me, because no one else is ever willing to put up with me. In all fairness, few people are willing to put up with me to the extent that you do. All right. Need to clean this brush off. Perfect. See, normally I would be a lot more careful at this point, but because of the time constraints, I'm just sort of trying to follow my heart. And so, I'm playing a lot more fast and loose than I normally would, which is a little bit stressful, I'm not gonna lie, because you can't really erase paint. But honestly, I feel like things are going pretty well so far, so. You still feeling cozy? I know this is, quick, all things considered, but if you ever need a sec to adjust a little bit or get a sip of water or anything, just let me know, okay? I'm already feeling better about, whether I'd be getting rusty or not. This is a confidence building thing. Pretty often I get really down on myself about my work. Feels like a lot of artists do. We're all our own worst critics, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of cooking with this one. Maybe it's just that I'm not giving myself long enough to linger on mistakes. Speaking of having enough time, the time limit I set for myself is rapidly approaching, so I'm going to try and finish up as quick as I can while still doing you justice. You know, most of the time I work on like a tablet these days. It feels nice to be using like a physical medium. Feels good to be working with actual paper. There's just this tactile sensation to it that you don't get otherwise. Yeah. Timer's about to run down. In 3, 2, and 1. Well, even though I was trying to really rush, I wouldn't call this finished yet. But I will say it's a good start, and the lack of precision makes it feel like it has this energy or vibrancy that a lot of my normal work kind of lacks. So, if you want, I'd be super happy to do this again with you sometime, or just finish this piece, you know? Yeah. All right, well, thank you for being my perfect little model, okay? My dearest muse. You did great. Thank you.